Good evening and welcome to the Coffeyville City Commission meeting for Thursday, December 20th, 2018. Tonight's invocation will be led by Pastor Randy Dupriest of the First Assembly of God. Please stand for the invocation and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Heavenly Father, today as I was thinking about coming here and praying over this meeting, I was reminded of your servant Solomon. And Solomon followed the leadership, and his birthright was having a father named King David. And as God asked Solomon had taken office, and Solomon was petitioned by God, and God said, "You found favor in my sight. Ask me for whatever you want, and I will do it." Solomon said, "Oh God, you favored my father, now you favor me. And you've put me in this position to rule and lead over this great people of yours. How could anyone know how to do that? So what I want from you, God, is I want wisdom and discernment to know how to lead." God was so pleased with Solomon that God said, "Because you've not asked for anything for yourself, but you've asked for discernment and wisdom, there will be none has ever been like you, and there will be none like you afterward either, that will even come close to the wisdom and discernment that you will have. But because you've not asked for anything for yourself, I will give you what you have not asked for. You've not asked for wealth or power or prestige, but I will make you like none other in that area too. I will give you what you haven't asked for yourself, but I'll also give you what you've asked for." Father, as we go forward, we thank you for this past year. We thank you that we're winding down on a great year of 2018. Many accomplishments have been made. Many good things have happened. We're wise and smart enough to know that all good things come from you. So we give you honor, we give you praise. We ask you to lead us and guide us through this next year and this next season of life in 2019. And we thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Pastor. Next item on consent agenda, City Commission meeting minutes for Tuesday, December 11th, 2018, and 2018 appropriation ordinance number AO-18-24 in the amount of $3,977,236.10. Are there any questions or amendments to these first two items on the consent agenda?
Nope.
Seeing none, I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that, maybe.
Motion was made by Mayor Bauer and seconded by Commissioner Taylor to approve the consent agenda as presented. Mayor Bauer.
Aye.
Commissioner Taylor.
Aye.
Commissioner Doan.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Van Oster.
Aye.
2018 appropriation ordinance number AO-18-24A, Ishams, in the amount of $111.08. Questions or comments regarding this item on the consent agenda?
No questions, and I'd move to approve the appropriation ordinance as read.
Second.
Motion was made by Commissioner Taylor and seconded by Mayor Bauer to approve appropriation ordinance number AO-18-24A for adoption. Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Van Oster.
Abstain.
Mayor Bauer.
Aye.
Commissioner Taylor.
Aye.
Commissioner Doan.
Aye.
Moving into regular agenda items, public hearing for the fiscal year 2018 budget amendments. Finance Director Stephanie Richardson will make comments.
Mayor and Commissioners, it's that time of year that we take a look at our 2018 budgets and the expenditures and kind of compare how those were with how we projected it during the summer of 2017 when we set that budget. According to the process, we'll go through a public hearing this evening. I'll go through the funds that we are showing needs an amendment. We'll take time for any public comments, and then there's a resolution in the packet for you to approve if you approve of the budget amendments. The first fund that we have that needs amendment is what we call the CID fund. It's the Community Improvement District Sales Tax Fund. This is the one I spoke to you earlier this year about, where we're collecting the additional 2% sales tax on the Holiday Inn Express Hotel and then remitting that back to the hotel developers. When we set the 2017 budget, we weren't collecting those monies, so this will add that fund to the budget and give us the spending authority to make those disbursements. The refuse, this is the trash utility fund. This fund pays for all the costs of the cleanup and the mowing and the demolitions and all of that we do in town through our code enforcement department. With the approval of the additional 24 structures that we approved to demolish this year, and the addition of the franchise fee that we implemented when we did budget this last summer, it's going to require an additional budget amendment for those funds to be spent. The internet utility fund, we had some storm damage over the summer that we had not anticipated and had equipment replacement that was necessary in order to get the customers back up and functioning. And this was also one of the utility funds that we added a franchise fee to as well. So this budget amendment sets the spending authority for those two items. The electric utility fund, this one, the purchase power projections when we set the budget were incorrect and much lower than what we had anticipated. When going back and looking how we compare to 2017, we're right in line this year with where we were in 2017, but the budget didn't get set that way. So this makes corrections to those line items for the purchase power and sets the expenditure or spending authority for those. And then the last fund is the electric debt service fund. And if you'll remember, in June, we did a bond refunding to pay off those 2015 C bonds, and we issued 2018 A GO bonds. This allows the spending authority for paying the principal balance of those 2015 C bonds with the 2018 A proceeds. The budget amendments are required to be delivered to the county clerk by the end of the year. The amendments are necessary in order for us to comply with the state of Kansas budget laws. And they were published in the Coffeyville Journal on Saturday, December the 8th, which meets the 10-day deadline that we're required to follow through state statute. So if you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer those. Like I said, we do need to hold a public hearing so that we can hear any comments.
Do we do this every year?
Yes.
I knew the answer to that question, I just had to ask.
This just gives notice to the state that we are amending the budget. The auditors look for this when they come in and look in the, do our annual audit.
Any other?
Mark, have you got any comments on this whole thing? I mean, I wouldn't think so, but I'm just asking, okay?
No, that's a standard housekeeping procedure, and you're well aware, you're setting the budget, not knowing what'll end up a year and a half later.
Right.
It makes it difficult, and a state requirement does require this to be done, but Stephanie does a great job of being very close, of course, with staff too.
Mhm.
So,
Good,
these things do come up, but it's very close and very common.
good.
Good. Any other questions? Okay, at this time, none?
No, sorry.
At this time, I'll open the hearing to public comments. Everybody jump at once. Seeing there's no comments, I'll close the public hearing.
Okay,
Okay,
so we
I
need
make
need
a motion.
motion.
And this was advertised as a public hearing, correct?
Yes.
So we don't have somebody coming back and,
Yeah, it was posted, and, yeah,
Yeah.
it's in our agenda packet that shows what was posted in the paper.
wonderful, thank you.
And there's just one rating on it, so.
Yep.
All right.
I move to approve resolution number R-18-91 for adoption.
I'll second.
Motion was made by Commissioner Van Oster and seconded by Commissioner Doan to approve resolution number R-18-91 for adoption, and that certifies the fiscal year 2018 budget amendments. Commissioner Doan.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Mayor Bauer.
Aye.
Commissioner Taylor.
Aye.
Commissioner Van Oster.
Aye.
Stephanie's not done yet. New business, resolution number R-18-92, a resolution to purchase workers' compensation insurance for 2019. Finance Director Stephanie Richardson will make comments.
Mayor and Commissioners, in 2013, we joined the Kansas Eastern Region Insurance Trust, or CARET, is how we refer to it for our workers' compensation coverage. This is an insurance pool that is member-driven. We have a representative on the Board of Trustees. There's currently 18 members on that board and in the insurance pool. They offer annually 50 hours of safety training to our employees, and we're allowed to participate in what they call the Carrot Plus program, and I'm happy to say this year Coffeyville was awarded the full 5% discount for participating in that program. We are also happy that this year was our first year to receive annual dividends on our workers' comp premiums. So we received $1,861 back this year.
And this is for 17? For the losses in 17, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They look back on the history and how the pool is doing, and they make a determination as to
years,
whether
right?
they can
For 3
send
years.
dividends back or not. So
they look
it's
back
kind
at-
of a compilation of how their past years have
Right.
been and how those claims are paying out.
Okay.
And every year can get better, correct?
Yes,
Right, so next year should be better. We had a
Yes.
good year in 18.
yeah.
Okay,
With a
sorry.
good year in 18. We've had some rough years in the past, and
Right.
that's caused our premiums to really increase.
Yep,
Our experience mod was a 1.26, which means we're paying, 26% higher rate.
Then average.
This year, it's gone down to a 0.90, so we're actually receiving a 10% discount on that as well. That experience mod is based on frequency, severity, and the costs of the work comp issues that we experience. We did receive the renewal quote, and this year, the quote is for $115,408. That's $67,816 lower than last year's premium. So, absolutely. I would like to commend staff for the work that they've done, just working safely, making
Absolutely.
sure they go home as safe as what they come to us every day. So they've done a good job with that, and we're seeing the benefits of that with the renewal. So if you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer those.
so just to clarify, and just strictly for myself, so we run on a 3-year rolling, correct?
Yes.
So 15 will fall off, and that was the 29% loss ratio.
Yes.
So the highest then will be 25. What is our loss ratio? Do we have an idea for this year?
I'm not
'Cause
sure
last year
for
we were at
this year.
4%.
Yeah,
So
last year was 4%.
it's going to be considerably better. I mean, considerably better.
Yes.
Obviously, you can tell by so,
Yes.
and then next year, we have the potential of that 25% falling off and it being single digits all the way for 3 years and,
Absolutely.
yeah, okay.
Premium being even better, and
Right.
depending on how the pool does, dividends increasing next year as well.
Exactly. Are there any questions or comments? Yeah, I guess any other questions or comments on this item? I'll make a motion to approve resolution number R-18-92 for adoption.
I'll second, go ahead.
Nope, that's all right, Jim. Go
I'll
ahead.
second.
Motion was made by Mayor Bauer and seconded by Commissioner Taylor to approve resolution number R-18-92 for adoption. Commissioner Van Oster.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Mayor Bauer.
Aye.
Commissioner Doan.
Aye.
Commissioner Taylor.
Aye.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you. I will note back on the budget item, I will need each of you to sign the state
Yep.
budget forms so that I can get those submitted. All right, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Need 5 signatures.
Resolution number R-18-93, a resolution to execute an agreement with Cox Business for dedicated internet broadband or bandwidth for Coffeyville Connections wireless internet utility. IT Director Chris Felix will make comments.
Mayor and Commission, good evening.
Good evening.
Before you is an item to renew our internet, our dedicated internet access for the internet utility. Currently, we have an agreement with Cox. It's expired. We've been doing month to month for the entire year of 2018. So we're coming before you tonight to re-up a 3-year term with Cox. In the staff report, I've given you some information on our history with them and our pricing structure with them. As you can see, we've kind of gone up and down, and with this new contract, we're going to be saving quite a bit of money next year. So if everything looks fine to you, I'm seeking your approval tonight for moving forward with that renewal with Cox.
We may need you to negotiate a few other deals for us if you got it for half the price of
Well,
what we were paying for last year. That's pretty impressive.
The trick is competition.
Right.
So, and letting them know that there is competition and you're seriously looking at that competition, and then they decide to sharpen their pencils. So
Did we pay in 18? Did we pay what we paid in 17 also? That same price?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So why, and I probably should know this, but why did we go a whole year at month to month? Because they came back with such a high price?
Too many things going on with our department. We just it was one of those things that just slipped through the cracks.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I was just wondering why we're doing a
No,
3-year term now and not a year ago.
no, it wasn't intentional.
Okay.
So
Okay. All right. So 3,500 per month
yes, ma'am.
over the next 3 years and no construction fee.
Correct.
Which
And-
is,
Yeah.
And we're,
That's great.
and I should know this too, but we're making money on that, I take it.
Yep.
You
We-
have positive cash flow.
Very good.
That's wonderful.
any other questions?
I move to approve resolution number R-18-93 for adoption.
Second.
Motion was made by Commissioner Doan and seconded by Mayor Bauer to approve resolution number R-18-93 for adoption. Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Mayor Bauer.
Aye.
Commissioner Doan.
Aye.
Commissioner Taylor.
Aye.
Commissioner Van Oster.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. City managers report.
Mayor, Commissioners, I'll try to wrap this up as soon as I can. Staff has been working hard to close out the end of the year. A lot of things are going on to set up for next year. We did have our, and I'm going to say this about Chris, we did have an end of the year meeting today at 9:30 and at 3. There was a part in the meeting we discussed what to look forward to in 19, what we will be working on for the commission and the city of Coffeyville. But there was a part that was pretty special. I had asked Chris to come up with a city video. I'll recap that in my weekly, but we will make it available to the city commission. And yes, you're in the video. So it was pretty special. It was just taking time out to recognize what we do and all the city employees that make the city of Coffeyville work. So it was a great thing, and I'd like to thank them, thank the commission for the opportunity to serve the city of Coffeyville, and staff for bearing with me and working together. But next year will be an exciting year. I know the commission wants the best for the city of Coffeyville, and we'll do that. But other than that, if there's any questions that I can answer, I'd like to entertain those.
I have any questions?
So you had 2 meetings today, and you
Yes.
mentioned earlier one was for part of the staff and one was for another part of the staff.
We split it up so departments wouldn't be closed or understaffed, so half of came in the morning and the other half came in the afternoon.
Yep, that's a good way to do it.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This time we'll take comments from the public. The public is free to comment on items not listed on the agenda. Please address comments to the commission as a body and be mindful of others who may also wish to speak by limiting your comments to 3 minutes. All right.
Go ahead, Randy.
Sure, absolutely. Step on up there.
I love good news, and I hear good news and progress, and just thoughts about when departments are really working well, like the ones that are keeping us safe and workman's comp claims down. What I heard was a change of about 40% in our rating of the MOD numbers that they were talking about. And I just wonder if there's any things that we publish for our workers, this department accident-free for 6 months or whatever, or even little incentives to go along, because those things are big money for the city, but they also keep our people working, keep the economy going and growing, keep the homes healthy. I'm a pastor, and I pray all the time for healthy homes. I believe God wants that for every part of our city. So just thinking about what I heard tonight, and like to celebrate good news, and I just wonder if we have things in place that help celebrate progressive works that the people in the city are doing.
Well, I don't want to steal your thunder, Randy, but I was getting ready to say something. You know, a lot of companies, insurance companies, and clients like, say, for instance, Phillips Petroleum, and these companies, they want to know if you have an incentive program. You know, they want to know that. Because if you have an incentive program, then your employees aren't going to have as many accidents on their site. And I think this came up once before in the past with the city having an incentive program. And you know, it's more administration, and it's something we might, you know, the city might want to think about. You know,
I do to comment programs. Today was a discussion with city employees about their destiny.
Awesome.
They are in control, and it is something that those type of programs, I think, will be in the near future.
Yep.
But we're starting out, and things will be a little different operating, but the goal is to take care of employees.
Amen. Well,
So the one thing that I would like to add to that subject is I commend everyone that drops this safety rate down. You know, I know everyone works hard at it, but I have a few issues from my background issuing some kind of a benefit, like packages, some kind of a token of reward for having a good safety rate. You have to be careful with that, because OSHA has just passed a law that, because it promotes non-reporting. So there's my company, for example, did away with we cannot accept any kind of gifts from the company because we run the risk of people getting hurt and then going home and not reporting it until after they leave, you know, and that's absolutely not what we want to promote. We want to promote, you know, as we talked about, send them home in the same in the same shape that they came to work in.
right.
So I just tread lightly on that whole
Yes.
benefit portion of it, of how we do those kind of things. And I'm not trying to be the Debbie Downer or anything.
Ours will
it's
be more
just,
of a non-monetary.
Right,
Yeah,
It'll
it's,
be more of days safe, and then the department will get pizza for lunch.
yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. The whole group,
Right.
celebrating departments and groups, and just let them know we appreciate the hard work. And then what you find, before I was a pastor, I was a construction company manager. And what you find then is people helping each other stay safe, and looking forward to doing a good job for each other.
Again,
God
I
bless.
agree.
Randy.
Yes, thank you very much.
We can put you on that committee, Randy.
Thank you. At this time, we'll take comments from commissioners and staff. Really?
Okay, I just want to tell everybody have a Merry Christmas, and if you're traveling, travel safe, and we'll see you, we don't have another meeting till next
Next
year,
year.
right? We'll
Yes.
see you next year.
Yep. Yes, I reiterate everything you just said. Hope everyone gets to enjoy their holiday with their family, and
Yes, yes. And I just want to say it always comes up this time of the year, but Coffeyville is a wonderful community all year, but I think a lot is brought out at this end of this year. Our Historical Society has had a wonderful presentation and at the Brown Mansion, and they have 2 nights left. Please go. That helps them raise funds to save that legacy that's been left for us and for the future. And that's very important to our community. We've seen good things through the Salvation Army, their kettle campaign, and the collection of items for needy families. We had Shop with the Cop yesterday, and you had...
That was amazing.
That was amazing. You had 212, and all sorts of people out there helping and volunteering and just making a good time for kids. And so when we see all those things, that shows what a great community we are. And right after, with January 1st, we will be celebrating our 150th year here. At Coffeyville, we've seen a lot, and I think I'm looking forward to what's coming. And we have some good things with the 150th celebration, so watch. I enjoy the things you're putting on Facebook on your Throwback Thursday, or in conjunction with this, and items from the past and everything, because we have a lot to be appreciate from the past, and we have a lot to appreciate for now and for the future too. So it's
what's the city talking about doing for the, let's talk about that a little bit. What is the city talking about doing for the 150th year anniversary?
Well, there's a committee. There's a committee that has been formed, and we're working on events for the year, try to keep the momentum going all year. There are calendars that they have out now that's got a lot of pictures that they're selling. I believe they're $10 to help raise funds for all the celebrations. There's 2 key signature events that the committee is putting on. June 1st is going to be the birthday party, and then there'll be a gala at the Brown Mansion in September. I'm not for sure what date that is.
Nice.
But, everybody should be receiving a letter on how to be involved and do what you can to help out, because it's all of Coffeyville.
So this committee, tell us more about the committee, if you will.
Well, we've been meeting since July and just working on, events to raise, events to do, incorporate with different groups, to have things going on.
Was that put together by the city?
The
I'm a little ignorant.
chamber started it.
Oh, the chamber,
Yeah,
okay.
the chamber initiated it. And then
Okay.
lots of people, there's probably 10, 12 of us on the committee.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm a little behind on
That's
that,
okay.
on that one.
Commissioner Taylor, what the city specifically is looking at is a couple of events that we do. The Throwback Thursday at the pool is tying that in with the 150th, and the National Night Out. Just tying all of those activities in, so they don't just have one activity during the year, that they're spread all throughout the year. We also are going to, the committee has made some stickers, some decal, and we will put those on our vehicles throughout the year. I did see something, I was at the mansion last night, and Acme Foundry has made cast iron skillets. They're small cast iron skillets, but it has the logo on the bottom. And those are, I thought that was really neat. Those were good keepsakes, and it was made here by one of our industries.
Nice. Very nice.
So
Go ahead.
are they selling those? Or?
They're selling those, Stephanie, $20? Are they, I think they're $20.
So there's just different things, and we're asking groups to join in, and maybe with an event they have during the year, but incorporating the 150 into it. But January and February are kind of the fundraising kickoff months to be able to do some of the things that we'd like to do. Then that way, you know, after Christmas and everything, not much goes on during January, February, so we're using those as the kickoff months to do that.
Well, I'm anxious to, you know, get caught
Very
up on
good.
that one a little more. I knew of it, but I like that. I mean, it sounds like something I need to, or, you know, companies and people and everything, get yoked up to a little bit. Good.
Any other comments?
You didn't tell us, Mark, how old you are today.
Oh, today I'm 48 days old.
48
48
days.
days.
48 days
48 days
old
young.
and loving every minute of it. Well, this is actually with staff. I've been here 66, but
Oh, okay.
I'm 48 days old with staff. So,
Sandy, how did you count that
I
fast?
don't- Yeah, we don't add a lot.
it makes me sound younger. If I say 48, but
Cindy's
staff's
on
been-
it. Cindy's on it. Thank you, Cindy.
Chris actually, I wouldn't know that, but Chris actually had that in the video.
Okay.
I showed up on the 15th, and those are the number of
Did the
days.
math.
But I just cherished the 48.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Okay.
In conjunction to that, real quick, I can't even count how many times somebody has approached me out in the community and said, you know, what's going on with the city? We don't really hear a whole lot anymore. And I think that's amazing. You know, if everything's running good and it's smooth, you shouldn't hear a whole lot of cabuttal or anything. So I think we're doing great. Thank you. Keep on the great work.
Very good.
Good.
All right. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Motion was made by Mayor Bauer and seconded by Commissioner Taylor to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now, we do have a
Yes, we need
Community
to-
Enhancement Foundation meeting.
Yep. So we'll open this up for the Board of Directors meeting for the Coffeyville Community Enhancement Foundation. Move into minutes for October 9th, 2018.
Move to approve the minutes.
It's not in the.
Second.
I'm
Williams.
sorry.
It's okay. Williams made the motion. I second.
Motion was made by Director Williams and seconded by Chairman Bauer to approve the minutes of the October 9th, 2018 Foundation meeting. Chairman Bauer,
Aye.
Director Taylor,
Aye.
Director Williams,
Aye.
Director Doan,
Aye.
Director Van Oster.
Aye.
Foundation Resolution Number R-18-03, a resolution to approve change order number 2 with Jeff Graham Construction for the construction of Brownfields Walking and Biking Trail. Engineering Superintendent Thomas Osborne will make comments.
Good evening, Chairman and Directors. The bike trail, first phase 1, has been completed construction. We have approximately 1,700 feet running from 4th Street north. We do intersect at 1st Street. We don't have a good connection to sidewalks yet, but that's on our next kind of plan to get that connected. We want to connect over to the sidewalks around the hospital. It does and will tie in with the Safe Routes to School grant, which will be coming up in March, I believe, is when KDOT's bidding that. This is just a final quantity change order. We did some changing to how we did the actual construction to ensure both safety for residents and for the contractors working on the Brownsfield. We wanted to make sure we didn't disturb anything that would be in the soil. So we made a few slight changes. We overran our rock and our dirt quantities, and we underran our excavation. In adding all that together, we actually come up with a deductive change order of $9,319.95. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
It was a little less money, right?
Yep.
9,000.
I done
Yep. Good job.
it.
I mean,
That's good. That's always good.
absolutely. Any questions or comments for Thomas?
So, I mean, you kind of manage that, don't you, Thomas? Good, appreciate it. I don't have any questions.
While this is up, and it's kind of a separate deal, but I was out at MJD a week ago talking with Darren. As it progresses, I would like to request, and I know we have in the past, but please communicate with him, especially since we're,
Yep, yeah, I'm needing to get with
Yeah.
him. We're trying to get the railroad figured
he was
out.
asking me because there
And
was
then
a couple different options, and there's
Mhm.
one that he's a little more keen on than going right up to his back door, so
Yep,
please just communicate with him and take that into consideration.
Good point. Any other questions?
No.
I'll make a motion to approve Foundation Resolution R-18-03 for adoption.
I'll second.
Motion was made by Chairman Bauer and seconded by Director Van Oster to approve Foundation Resolution number R-18-03 for adoption. Director Doan.
Aye.
Director Taylor.
Aye.
Chairman Bauer.
Aye.
Director Van Oster.
Aye.
Director Williams.
Aye.
thank you.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thomas.
We're wrapped up here. I'll move to adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion was made by Chairman Bauer and seconded by Director Van Oster to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.